Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Valerie, and this is TheHargettLife. In today's video, I'm showing you 3 easy casserole recipes. And this video is extra special because it's a collab with one of my very best and sweetest friends here on YouTube, Amanda from Faith Food and Family. She shares a ton of delicious recipes on her channel. She has a What's for Dinner video for you today also. I'll have that linked below as well as her channel. So when you're done with this one, be sure to go check her out. I know you're going to love her as much as I do. And if you're coming over from Amanda's channel, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for watching. I do recipe videos, What's for Dinner videos, grocery hauls, and more. So if any of that sounds like something you're interested in, I would love it if you would stick around, hit that subscribe button, and become part of my YouTube family. This first recipe is for $1 Million Chicken Tetrazzini. Now let's get started. For this recipe, you'll need shredded chicken, chicken broth, Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese. You'll need some seasonings, cottage cheese, sour cream, cream cheese, cream of mushroom soup, cream of chicken soup, and some thin spaghetti pasta. I'm going to go ahead and shred my chicken. I'm just using a rotisserie chicken to make things easier, but you'll need 4 cups total, and you can shred it or dice it. Then I'm going to boil up a pound of these thin spaghetti noodles. I'm going to use this whole rotisserie chicken, and that'll give me about 4 cups worth. In a separate bowl, I'm adding 8 ounces of cream cheese. I forgot to let this soften, so I'm going to pop it in the microwave for 20 to 30 seconds. To that, I'm adding 1 cup of chicken broth, 1/4 cup of sour cream, and 1 cup of cottage cheese. I like to get the small curd kind. I feel like that works out the best. You could probably use your hand mixer here, but I'm just going to try to break up that cream cheese a little before I add the rest. I'm adding in a can of cream of mushroom soup, a can of cream of chicken soup, half a teaspoon each of salt and pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 2 teaspoons of dried parsley. Give this a good stir until everything's well incorporated. Now I'm adding in my 4 cups of shredded chicken. I'm going to stir this again, and then add in my cooked and drained spaghetti. Now mix this until all those noodles are covered with that chicken mixture. I've got a 9 by 13 inch baking dish. I'm going to spray it with some non-stick spray and then pour everything in. Just spread everything out nice and even. I love the Kinder's garlic and herb seasoning, and I forgot to add that in the beginning, so I'm just going to sprinkle that over the top. Now I'm spreading over a mixture of 2 cups of shredded mozzarella and 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. This will need to be baked covered, and I don't want anything sticking to the foil, so I'm going to use some toothpicks to make a little tent to keep from losing any cheese. Before I started doing this, I would end up with half my cheese stuck to the foil. Now I'm going to bake this at 300 degrees, covered, for about 45 minutes. Then I'll remove the foil and bake it for an additional 10 to 15 minutes. The toothpicks work great. Now I'm just going to leave this in until that top gets nice and golden brown, or just until that cheese is melted and you'll be good to go. Here it is, all plated up. I just served this with some steamed broccoli and garlic bread, and this is one of my family's favorite meals. This next one is called BBQ Chicken Cornbread Bake. For this recipe, you'll need shredded or chopped chicken, barbecue sauce, sour cream, creamed corn, whole kernel corn, eggs, Jiffy corn muffin mix, and cheddar cheese. To start off, I have a large bowl here, and I'm just going to crack in 2 eggs. I'm going to whisk these up. Now to that, I'm adding in 1 can of creamed corn, 1 can of whole kernel corn, 1 cup of sour cream, I like to stir everything up first. And now I'm adding 1 box of Jiffy corn muffin mix. Stir until everything's well combined. I'm spraying a 9x13 inch baking dish with some nonstick spray, and then I'm going to pour that mixture in. I'm going to spread this out evenly and bake it in a preheated 350 degree oven for about 40 minutes before I add the chicken mixture. So while that's baking, I'll start on the chicken. I've got 3 cups of shredded chicken. You can also use chopped chicken. And to that, I'm going to add 1 cup of barbecue sauce. Use your favorite barbecue sauce, but I like using the honey barbecue for this recipe. Mix that up until all that chicken is coated with that sauce. The casserole has been in the oven for about 40 minutes. I'm just going to remove it. I'm spreading over that barbecue chicken mixture. I find it easiest to use a fork for this part, just so I don't disturb that cornbread too much. Now I'm topping it with 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. And this goes back into the oven for 10 to 15 minutes until that cheese is melted and the cornbread is done. I was really surprised the first time I made this recipe. I figured it would be good, but we really enjoyed this one. This is delicious and so easy to make. I really hope you give it a try. Here it is, all plated up, and I like to serve this with green beans. This last recipe is a Mexican bubble up casserole. For this recipe, you'll need ground beef, an onion, taco seasoning, whole kernel corn, diced tomatoes with green chilies, red enchilada sauce, refrigerated biscuits, and shredded cheese. On the stovetop in a large skillet, I have 1.5 pounds of ground beef, and to that I'm adding 1 whole diced onion. I'm going to brown this until all that meat is cooked through. I'm going to turn the heat off, drain it, and return it to the pot. Now I'm adding 1 packet of taco seasoning, 1 can of corn drained, 1 can of diced tomatoes with green chilies, and this is the same thing as rotel, 1 can of red enchilada sauce. I like to get the mild. Give this a good stir to make sure everything's well combined. I'm spraying a 9 by 13 inch baking dish with some nonstick spray. I have a 16-ounce can of refrigerated biscuits. I'm going to take each biscuit and cut it into 8 pieces and spread them out evenly on the bottom of the baking dish. Make sure they're spread out well and not sitting on top of each other. Now take that meat mixture and pour half of it over the biscuit dough pieces. You'll need 2 cups of cheese total, but for now we're just going to top this with 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Now cover that with the remaining half of that meat mixture. Now top it with that other cup of shredded cheese. And this bakes uncovered at 350 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes. I turned it on broil the last minute or so to get that top nice and golden brown. If you love Mexican food, you're gonna love this. I like to top this with sour cream and taco sauce and serve it with tortilla chips and salsa. Well y'all, that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And be sure to check out Amanda's channel, linked below, and let her know I sent you. And one last thing, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.